YouTube heathens, welcome back. Back in action. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. 2024 is here, and I cannot wait to see what you do this year in your junk removal business. Hey, if we've never met before, my name is Sky Lane. I am a former junk removal business owner. I built and grew my junk removal business to a multi-truck fleet and sold my business earlier this year for a multiple six-figure profit, and I did it all in under 3 years, all right? So, obviously you clicked on this video because you want to know how to grow your junk removal business. We all want to know how to grow our business. We all want to make more money. We want more revenue. We want more employees, multiple trucks. Well, at least most of us do. And I'm going to show you how you can do that today. Why am I qualified to give you this information? Well, before I ever ran a junk removal business, I was a small business banker. So what does that mean? I would sit down with small businesses like restaurants, landscaping companies, moving companies, junk removal companies, and we would go over business succession plans. We'd go over the business's KPIs. I would do commercial loans, mortgage loans, anything that you could think about, I handled for a small business. So, number one, inputs equal outputs. The more you put in, the more you get out. Now, that's a cliche saying, but that literally applies to you growing your junk removal business. If you're just beginning or you've been in business for a couple of years and you can't get past the 50K mark, the 100K mark, wherever you're at in your business, there's a reason you can't get past that point, right? You have some kind of bottleneck in your business. What's a bottleneck? That just means your business is at a point that you can't go up any higher because it bottlenecks. You go from here to here, and you need to learn how to open that bottleneck up so that you can continue to elevate, right? You have to make sure that the more work that you're putting in is the right kind of work. By knowing your KPIs, what is KPIs? Key performance indicators, you're going to learn what helps your business grow and what doesn't help your business grow. For instance, I know if I'm looking over my KPIs and I'm spending $2,000 a month in Google ads, I'm spending $500 a month in Facebook ads, and I'm spending $300 a month in yard signs. If I go see that Google ads made me 6K this month, Facebook ads made me 3K this month, and yard signs has made me 8K this month, there are people literally out there killing it with yard signs. And this is a recurring thing that's happening each month. Google ads may only be a 2 to 3X return. Facebook ads may only be a 2X return, but yard signs is like a 10X return. Well, what does that tell me? Hey, maybe I'll take some of this Google ads budget and really crank up my yard sign outage, right? I'll start buying way more yard signs and putting them out because it's showing me that it's 10X in my money or 20X in my money, whatever the case may be. So that's just an example of knowing your KPIs and knowing where to put more work into. So you have to put in the right kind of work. Number two, you have to be willing to venture out into different outlets to get more leads and more jobs. When you go and sign up for a big franchise, if you ask any of the guys that have run a franchise that now do what I'm doing or, that sold their business, they'll tell you when you go to these big franchises like Big Blue, Big Red, College Hunks, they tell you to attack every outlet you can to get jobs. Let's say that you only do word of mouth. Well, guess what? Word of mouth is only gonna get you so many jobs in today's time. Right? Let's say you only do paid advertising and you don't go out to your community and do parades and you don't pass out your business cards, you don't go to realtor offices, all those type of things. You're leaving so much money on the table. If you're someone who hates the lead generation apps like Thumbtack, like Angie's Leads, we know that they suck, okay? We all know that the lead generation apps suck. Sometimes you break even or you lose money. But if your goal is to get as many jobs as possible and to grow in revenue and scale your business quickly, you have to attack all of these outlets at one time. You can't just limit yourself and say, I'm just gonna crank all this money into ads, or I'm just gonna crank all this money into guerrilla marketing. That's why I teach in my program, Junk Success, the hybrid marketing method, right? We go all avenues, and anybody that's successful and they scaled their business quickly but efficiently as well, right? They were continuing to make good profit while they were growing, will tell you, you can't just limit yourself to one alley or one avenue. Maybe 10 years ago you could, maybe 5 years ago you could, but not in 2024. It is very important that you go and you attack every single avenue where you can get more jobs, more customer, more money. Even if it is a suck-ass lead generation app like Angie's Leads. As long as you're breaking even or you're making a little bit of profit, guess what? You're giving yourself the opportunity to get repeat customers. How do you grow your junk removal business and stay in business? Well, 2 ways: repeat customers and commercial contracts. Right? So I hope that makes sense to you. Now, on to the next point. Number 3, and we touched on it a little bit earlier, raising your ad spend. If you want to make more money, you have to spend more money. If you're making $100,000 in your junk removal business, you have to spend more money to get to the $250,000, $300,000 mark. If you're spending $1,500 a month on Google ads, crank that shit up to $3,000 a month. Yeah, you may be like, oh, I can't do that. You have to do it. It takes money to make money. I don't care what none of these jackaloos out here tell you. Oh, I didn't grow my business off doing paid advertising. Newsflash, it's 2024. The junk removal industry has changed so much over the last 3 years, it's not even funny. You have to pay to play. That's the name of the game if you would like to scale quickly. If you're okay with doing $30,000, $40,000 a year, then going to 80 the next year, then doing 130, and then, you know what I mean? If you want to go that way, don't do paid advertising. But if you're ambitious and you're looking to grow your fleet, you're looking to get to $500,000, $1 million a year, you have to spend money. Someone who I'm a really good friend with in this industry, Andrew Thompson, will tell you, he grew his junk removal business to $1 million plus in year one, and he was spending about $30,000 a month on ads, right? His thing was he wanted to scale as fast as possible and also efficiently, and he knew that he had to spend that type of money to get to that point. You don't just scale to $1 million, $2 million a year in business like that, right? You gotta pay to play, especially in today's time. So I think that's a perfect example of it. If you have the money and you can afford to do it, put it back into your business. Now, obviously, if you have razor thin margins and you're not making any money, you're not gonna be able to double your ad spend, okay? But knowing your numbers and where your bottlenecks are will help you to know, okay, I can spend this much more, right? All right, point number 4, KPIs. I love the subject of KPIs because this determines whether you will grow in business or you will die in business. You hear the term KPI all the time, and I touched on it a little bit in the beginning of the video. All KPI stands for are key performance indicators, okay? This is the main subject that I teach all of my students in my program, Junk Success. If you don't know what Junk Success is, this is a program that I created to get the newer junk removal business owner to 6 figures within 1 year, right? We want to get you to 10, 20K months within year one. That way you're doing at least $100, $200, $250,000 in revenue. And I'll show you how to get there. If you're brand new to junk removal or you're already in business and you're not cracking 6 figures and you have a little bit of money saved up to invest in your education, right? This isn't a free program. This is for people who are serious about growing their junk removal business, want to get to that mid to high 6-figure mark. I have a link down below in the description. You can book a call with me to see if you're a good fit for the program. We do not work with everybody. There's about 5 questions you're going to answer before you book the call. If you answer yes, then you'll hop on a call with me and we'll see if you're a good fit. Let's get you to where you want to be. Now, back to the video. Key performance indicators, all this is something that tells you what's working in your business, what's not working in your business, right? A key performance indicator can be your income, it can be your expenses, it can be what avenue is making you the most money, what avenue is not making you the most money, where are you losing money in the business. These are all indicators that tell you everything you need to know about your business. If you're someone who's running your junk removal business and you don't track any of that, you're just out there trying to get as many jobs as possible and you're just going at it all through the day, well, that's all good. You're making money, but you're not establishing or building a foundation for your business. What's going to happen in a year or a few years is you're going to get to a point to where you're not getting as many jobs or you start losing money. And since you haven't been tracking your KPIs, you don't know your numbers, you're going to go out of business. That's why 90% of businesses don't even last to the 5-year mark, right? Or if you've been in business, maybe you had a year where you did 250,000, but now you're doing 90K and you don't know why. That's because you probably were not tracking your KPIs. This is so important. If you want to scale your business, if you want to grow your business, you want to add a couple trucks to the fleet, you want to step out of the business and work on it, right? Be able to step back and coach to your team, not out there breaking your back all day on the jobs. You got to know these numbers. You have to know what to coach your employees to, right? You want to go out with your family, go on vacation, go out to eat, have more freedom because you're not working in the business. Know your damn KPIs. This is something that I harp on in my junk removal program. For example, take a look at one of my students, Nick here. He's only been in the program for 5 weeks and he already had a $4,000 day. Nick only did about $65,000 in revenue in 2022 and did about $2,500 total in revenue last December. He just had almost a $4,000 day and he finished up the month at 11K in December. Now, anybody who's in junk removal business knows in the slow season, you know, the end of November through about February, 9 times out of 10, your revenue is going to be cut by at least 30 to 40%. So if he's making 11K in December and it's not just one big job, he had multiple jobs, then what does that tell you that he's going to be doing in the summertime or in the busy season? You do the math. I'm looking at like 25K, right? He's implementing the things that he's learning in the program and they're working out for him right off the bat. That's what we love to see. All right, guys, so I appreciate you guys tuning into the video today. Hopefully you found some value in it that can help you get to the next level in your junk removal business. Again, if you are someone who's not cracking 100K or more in your junk removal business and you're ready to get to that next step, you're ready to add trucks to the fleet, you're ready to add employees, you're ready to start cracking 250, 300K, whatever your goal is, go to the link down in the description to fill out an application to see if you are a good fit for my program, Junk Success. That includes one-on-one coaching, resources, a video curriculum, all of that stuff. Stay tuned. These videos are going to be coming weekly. I'm glad to be back. I've been working so hard on building my program that I finally got some time to shoot some content and get a chance to connect back with you guys. I'll see you next week.